Hey, yo. Check it.
Welcome back, hero.
My word is my sword, Hokage and Batosai, pulling the blades out of the forge, yo. Prior to my knowledge of the Force, was thinking Jedi, but through obtaining holocrons from both sides, I'm under gray skies. Everything that glitter ain't kyber crystal, my mind to lift you. In this time we shine together, disarm your pistol, yo. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash.
Wagwan.
Shit. What is that?
This shit going for a long ass time.
It is. At least we know that it's about to start. I feel like the last 3 episodes we started recording. I didn't know we were recording.
Yeah. It's because I kept fucking up.
This is episode 99, bro.
Oh,
That's
shit.
crazy.
Really?
Yeah. We're approaching episode 100.
Yeah, man.
Which is nuts.
What are we going to do?
I don't know. But I remember when we didn't have any episodes.
Facts.
And now we got 100.
Now we got
almost.
Now we got some. We went
That's
from
crazy.
None to some.
Yeah, man. This is gonna be a good episode, man. Episode 99. Lot of dope stuff has happened.
I've adjusted my camera so that we can see that we have an intruder in the basement. Shout out to the homie Chris. I know he doesn't like it when we say this, but a sort of a managerial type around here, some sort of partner maybe or
business partner. He's
he just said you can't hear him, but he just lied and said we're friends. I'm just kidding. That's our boy.
He's like Chris.
Love you too, man.
Chris has like a map of like a toy of me and you and like all our business stuff, and he like stands over it at night.
Just
look at my things.
Look at all the stuff I got. Gonna make a move and gonna goddamn it move this piece over here, and then I'm gonna move this piece over here. Look at them. They can rap and make beats. Look at them. They're gonna make a lot of money.
Vince.
And they're black.
Are you related to Vince?
Chris McMahon.
Chris McMahon. Look at how talented they are. And they're black on top of that.
He likes video games and fucking anime. I love it. It's good shit. Boom.
Hey, real quick, shout out to Eric Greenlee, man.
Yes.
WrestleCast Power Hour.
Oh, yeah.
I listen to his wrestling podcast every week, and it's awesome, and it's hilarious. He's a very talented guy. He's got a great talent for the podcast stuff. Like he's got these ads on there that are hilarious.
We definitely need to start doing that.
He's just a great, just a funny guy. But yeah, man, episode 99. What are you into, man, currently, before we start getting into the meat and potatoes?
So I told you I've been playing 2K. I've actually finished a full 2K season in my player.
I don't think I've ever done that.
This is the first time I've ever done it in my player. And the reason why I did it is because I finally, goddamn it, bro, figured out how to score consistently. And here's the thing. It's not because I'm weak. I've been playing 2K since literally NBA 2K.
Yes.
Period. So I know how to play it, but like the game, once it went online and once it became like an esport, they made, and I get it, like they made it skill based, and they kind of made it into a fighting game. Like you got to know the stuff, which is fine.
I stopped playing it once I couldn't make a shot.
Right, but then there is the BS of they want you to do it a certain way. Where like, all right, I'm gonna build my character so that he only can shoot, or he can only dribble, he can only like, or you can make a character that's good at all those things, but like
you're not gonna be good enough.
You're not gonna be good enough to actually execute them unless you're wide open, right? Which was really fucking annoying, bro. So annoying. But for whatever reason, either they lightened it up a little bit, or they did make the dribbling more skill based, and since I like fighting games, I was able to figure out the dribbling system more. But they made it so that you can make open threes consistently,
Right.
if you're a person with like a high 3-point rating, which is good. So because of how much anger I've had at this game being just like a fucking like unplayable child casino, that just is engineered to suck all your fucking coins out of your pocket, literally the VC coins.
Chuck E. Cheese 2K.
Right, come eat some fucking rat pizza inside of NBA 2K22. And so I've had so much anger towards that game for so long, and once I finally figured out, I was like, all right, fine. My character is gonna average 75 points per game, and we're gonna win a championship, and I'm gonna win MVP and Rookie of the Year all at once. I got drafted by the Rockets, and I traded myself to the Pistons. The Pistons were like 11 and or like 1 or 2 and like 14 when I got there. We won like 50 games in a row. This is a fucking power fantasy, bro. I broke the Wilt Chamberlain's record. I scored 116 points in a game.
He became the greatest player in NBA history in his rookie year.
Seriously. But bro, I was talking about this.
It's a power fantasy.
It is a complete power fantasy, and usually, like when you get grown, like that kind of thing, you do that when you're 14 years old. Like, oh, but like I'm so mad at this game, bro. Like I've had this coming for so long.
You had to pay it back for the years of.
This character is by a wide margin the greatest basketball player to have ever lived. Without like not even close. I broke Klay Thompson's record. I made 22 3-pointers in a game once, on route to my second best, which is 108 points in a game. So fuck 2K, bro. And every ounce of it felt so good, bro. Like I didn't feel guilty at all. Like, bro, my character's usage rate was like 80% at one point, dog. Give me the ball every time, possession. And I'm scoring.
Hey man, that's how you pay it back.
Here's what makes 2K. It even better. The nigga averaged 70 points per game, shooting 65% from 3,
averaged,
and like 70% from the field. This nigga was. It's like literally. It's like if you took LeBron James and put him into 1940. Like that's what it was. And I had so much fun playing that shit.
And there's another dunk by James, and the rim's broken again.
So I've been having a power fantasy in NBA 2K22.
That's awesome because I've kind of had a similar fun video game experience. This season of Pokemon Sword, the ranked battles.
Oh yeah,
they ain't got no Dynamaxing on there.
Oh, okay.
So you guys know I love battling competitive in Pokemon, but I cannot stand Dynamaxing. It's like by far my least favorite like power up, and I like Mega Evolution. I even like the Z moves, but like I cannot stand Dynamaxing just because it affects the battle so much.
Yeah.
So there's no Dynamaxing. I've been on there smacking cats. I've been on there smacking cats.
You can't cheat at the last second?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's still a lot of gimmicky strategies. A lot of I think that since they took Dynamaxing off, I don't think there's any restricted Pokemon. So like everybody just uses legendaries and Ultra Beasts, but I'd be on there smacking people because they can't Dynamax. So I've been having a good time with that.
Boom.
And yeah, man, that's about it.
I will say I finally started playing Kenya Bridge of Spirits. Like,
how was that game?
I
remember when we were talking about it when we saw that trailer months ago.
Yeah, I played it for like maybe 2 or 3 hours. It's very much a game for like little kids.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna say that. It's not, because it's got a sneaky, complicated or challenging battle system. It reminds me of like the battle system is very similar to Horizon Zero Dawn, where like you've got like the spear and you use the triggers to attack, right, or R1 and R2 to attack, but they do have like a little parry. They get a little parry counter system, little ghosts as you see. I was like, okay, I'm all right. I'm here for a good parry system,
right?
But the aesthetics are very like Pixar.
I thought that was kind of cool though about it. Yeah, that it looked like a Pixar movie.
I think if you ever get a chance to play it with your son, I think he would really like it. It's very magical. It's very feel good and hey, it's a fucking
Yeah,
spirits.
because
and
he
stuff.
loves like Breath of the Wild, it's like his favorite
Yeah.
game of all time. So he'll probably like it.
It's probably gonna be short, but I'm here for it. It's a good game so far.
When does that game Sifu come out?
Oh, soon, like in October.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I'll look while you go.
But yeah, man, that's what I've been into. Shout out to Blastoise, team MVP all the time.
Oh, it don't come out till next year, February 22.
Oh, but yeah, bro, the world of wrestling.
Oh yeah, what happened?
Was
Let's talk about the good first.
Oh yeah, of course. Let's talk about the good, man. So, if you guys have been watching AEW Dynamite, man, the last couple weeks, AEW's been on fire all year, pretty much, and just like it just feels so big. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
first we had All Out, which was received incredibly well by fans and everybody, and people were saying that it's like legit one of the greatest wrestling pay-per-views of all time. Now, we talked about it and we agreed, right? Now, does it have to have like an all-time great match on it for it to be a great pay-per-view? No, I don't think so. I think the key to having an all-time great pay-per-view is that it's just good consistently all the way through. You know what I mean? And that's what All Out was. And then obviously the amazing surprises at the end with Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson coming to AEW. And then everybody, we all saw Danielson and Kenny Omega getting into it on Dynamite for a couple weeks, and then they had agreed to a match, right? And then the thing that I thought was really dope, before we even talk about the match, was when Danielson kind of comes out and calls out Kenny, and Kenny's kind of like, "Oh, you want the best bout machine?" You know what I'm saying? So then he's like, "All right, I'm about to shave this little silly mustache off." And
I didn't even notice that he did that.
Yeah, it's so many subtle, like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm gonna shave the mustache off. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Not gonna cheat.
Yeah,
I'm not
gonna fuck around.
You about to get New Japan Kenny Omega. You know what I mean? And then on Dynamite, Rampage, what was that? No, it was Dynamite. What was the name of it? I forgot. But anyway, on Dynamite last week, they have this kind of the super show where they had a stacked sack show. It was almost, and that's another thing. Like, AEW is very much like old WCW. Like, they used to do Clash of the Champions, and it was like a pay-per-view, but
on
not
TV.
but like on TV, and that's kind of what this was. And then we get Kenny by God Omega versus Bryan Danielson. Oh man, what'd you think of the match, bro?
Oh, what did I think, bro? That shit was incredible. I was literally on the edge of my seat the whole time, bro. Like, it was really fantastic. And obviously I'm a big fan of both of those guys already. But to be able to see, I mean, it really did feel like them squaring up in the beginning. Oh, and the crowd just going absolutely crazy, bro. Like, it felt like a legitimate dream match, dog.
Yeah, it was amazing. The atmosphere was nuts, and you just don't. There hasn't been that kind of excitement in like Western wrestling in a really long time.
I mean, the only thing that I can think of that felt similar to that in terms of scale and feel good. And maybe this is because of my own bias, but maybe Kofi Mania. Maybe.
Yeah, it was. But even like this level of fanfare, just unanimously and anticipating the in-ring product more than like the story that was going on, But just, I mean, the match itself was awesome. I've watched it like 4 times already. I said it off the podcast. I think this is the greatest TV match of all time ever.
I can't say that that's untrue. I can't think of one that I would say would be better than that.
I think it's definitely the best TV match of all time. Got the 5-star nod from Dave Meltzer, which I don't care about. I think Dave's out of his mind because his ratings are kind of crazy. But It did get the 5 stars, which I agree with. And just man, like the match was so good. You talked about the just the beginning. I loved how Brian Danielson, he couldn't help but to smile because the crowd was going so crazy, and Kenny just kind of was like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then like the spots were so good in this match. My favorite was the V trigger, and then Danielson hit the rolling elbow, and then he hit Kenny with that regal plex. That was so pretty. And then
did Kenny hit the greatest V trigger of all time when he did it off the
running
off the
ramp
stage?
one?
Bro, he jumped from so far away, dog.
I still think the best one was that one. Is that one he hit on Okada when the camera was like. When Okada was like right in the ropes, and the camera was like right. I think that's the best one. But yeah, that the ramp stuff was crazy. Like he hit the Snapdragon suplex on the ramp. That was nasty. He hit the Dragon suplex off the top rope.
Bro,
that was ridiculous.
I was hoping neither one of them would be killed
would die
on that. But yes, that was crazy.
That was nuts. Danielson. He had cattle mutilation for a minute. That was like his old finisher before he went to WWE when he was in Ring of Honor. So that was dope. But yeah, the match itself was amazing. Like I said, I think it's the best TV match ever. And then just the atmosphere was ridiculous. Like I said, I haven't seen an atmosphere like that in an American crowd in like years. It's been a really long time, bro. Like you almost want to be like some NXT stuff is used to be pretty live, but like this was even better than that.
Sorry, I'm having to get it, bro. Come into the room. It's right there to your right there. That light. Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
But yeah, the match was.
No. It's good.
The match was amazing. And I just like the little small details, man. Like. I don't know if you noticed, but when they went to a commercial and they do the picture-in-picture thing, they pretty much stalled until they came back to TV, and then right when it came back, that's when they picked the match back up.
Yep.
I thought it was incredible, man, and just like I can't stress enough. Like AEW, they just give the wrestling fans what they want. You know what I'm saying? We talked about because when you were talking about like what possible outcomes for this match, right? And I said a draw. Like let them tear it up and let them just go to a draw.
Speaking of outcomes, I have a theory for how this is going to end.
Okay.
I think Kenny's going to go over. And here's I think we all think Kenny's going to go over.
He needs to.
Yes. But here's why though. Like with some backstage shit. The only time they've ever wrestled was in Ring of Honor, like in 2008 or something like that, and it was that 3-way match with him and Tyler Black.
Tyler Black, yeah, Seth Rollins.
And Kenny won that, or Brian Danielson won that, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that it's not beyond, and again, I don't think these guys are egomaniacs, but I do think that they think about that kind of stuff, and it wouldn't surprise me if Kenny was like, this would be a good opportunity for me to get that dub back from like 20 years ago or also 15 years ago.
Also to
13 years ago. Fuck math. Shit.
Build the the prestigiousness of the AEW in general.
Yes, you got to have your guy go over the new guy.
Yeah. But again, man, the match was amazing. Can't talk about it enough. Like this is a match that you guys go out of your way to watch this, even if you don't. Like the match itself is amazing, but the atmosphere itself is enough for you to watch it. Like the way the hypeness of the crowd, you got to watch it just to see how that is because it's nuts. It's one of the best live crowds I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm so glad. I mean, COVID's not going anywhere.
Right.
Hopefully, niggas was protecting themselves, but it was cool to see all those people.
Yeah. So that was dope, man. That really was.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Before we move off of AEW, I have to make a proclamation. I almost forgot to do this. I've been thinking about it all week. I got to make an official SwordCast ruling, bro.
Uh-oh.
And this is not so much aimed at you. It's not aimed at you at all. This is aimed at that group that we be in. Here's what we not about to do. Y'all can make fun of Cody all y'all want. I don't care about Cody. I don't hate him as much as some people do, but whatever. You can make fun of him. I don't care. I think his Homelander gimmick, though, I think that's hilarious. And if he turns heel off of that, that would be entertaining. I don't care about Cody Rhodes. But what we're not about to do is we're not about to drag Brandy. Like, I get it.
Right.
She is not a good wrestler. Whatever. But here's the thing. She doesn't think that she's wrestled in her entire life. I looked this up. It's like 40 wrestling matches. Yeah. That's it. She's only had like 15 in AEW. Yeah. Right? But what she is an executive and is doing phenomenal work as the brand officer for this company that's kicking the dog shit out of WWE.
Right.
She is excellent, unequivocally at her job.
Right.
And she is a black woman from Michigan. We not about to drag her. We not gonna be able to do it. So you can make fun of Cody. Get his ass out of here. I don't give a fuck about Cody. But do not bring Brandy into it because she ain't did nothing but be excellent. Is she a good wrestler? No, but who cares? She doesn't even think she's a good wrestler.
Yeah, she doesn't try to.
Right.
wrestle.
She's here to, hey, this is my company. If I want to get in
if I want to get dressed and play,
and play around for a while, then sure, I can do whatever the fuck I want. She's not about to win no belts. Right. Like she's not. Niggas be acting like she's just in the way and holding people back. Like she's been off TV.
She's been off TV
for years.
For like 2 years.
Right. Like back. So.
And she's black.
And she's black and dope and like doing well. And so we not doing that.
She's black.
And she's black. Anyway, my bad. No, carry on.
Yeah, man. But again, like this is a match you guys got to go out of your way to watch. I always before this match, my favorite match of the year was Tanahashi versus Shingo from Wrestle Grand Slam. The match was fire. Also got 5 stars from Dave, who I don't care, but still classic.
Crazy with them stars.
Yeah, he be going a little nuts. But this is my new favorite match of the year, man. So you guys got to check it out. So yeah, AEW been killing it, man. Then after that, they did. They had the main event of that show was all right. First of all, I gotta again. All right, the people who like to criticize AEW, a lot of people are complaining about it being a draw. Like,
what did you expect?
No, but this is all. This is the people moving the goalpost, man. That's all this is. You know what I'm saying? And because, bro, in the '80s, Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat had time limit draws all the time. Nobody complained about it.
Didn't you have one with Sting too?
Yeah, you guys don't really care. You just, you know what I mean? They don't really care.
Hey, I'm mad at AEW, so I'm going to think of something else to be mad at now.
Yeah, the draw was awesome, and I thought it was the 100% perfect way to book. The match was amazing. The finish was right call. Mm-hmm. So, boom. And I think it's definitely the best AEW. They've had some good matches, man. That might be... It's up there. I think I think the Iron Man match with Kenny and Pac, the 30-minute Iron Man match on Dynamite. I think the tag team match at Revolution a couple years ago with
Bucks and Hangman and Kenny.
And Kenny. They've Lucha Bros and Young Bucks have had like 3 that have been. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think their first one is my favorite one. The one that was All In, I think, or Double or Nothing.
Didn't somebody catch a Canadian destroyer
on the apron, dog?
Was it? I thought it was into a table or something, or maybe that happened too.
God, I think that happened too.
Like in addition,
I think
to
that was in the other one.
Okay,
the first one was the one where Phoenix was like bent over and Pentagon ran up his back.
Oh yeah,
and then hit the destroyer.
Oh my god!
And then the next one was the ladder match, and that was when he got the destroyer. Oh my god!
And it was, bro.
Holy crap! Those guys. But yeah, they've had some really good matches, and this is up there. Definitely, probably top 2 or 3 in the company's existence, and one of my favorite matches of all time already, man. Just really good. And then, but I also want to say this, man. For people that don't like Kenny Omega, I don't. I know everybody's entitled to their opinion, right? Like Shawn Michaels is one of the most popular wrestlers of all time, and he's a lot of people's favorite. A lot of people think he's a GOAT, and I can't stand him, and I never once was a fan of his. So I understand, but it just like. I just think that Kenny Omega is like literally everything that you want in a wrestler. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's good in the rings, got good character work, he's good on the mic, got a sweet theme song, has the look, move set, like does everything. And then he's like super into the character all the time.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about him.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is I think that this was probably the most important match. I'm not saying it's the best match. I'm saying that I think this is the most important wrestling match of the last decade, other than him versus Okada won at Wrestle Kingdom 11. And the reason I say that is because the match with Okada at Wrestle Kingdom is my favorite match ever, but I also think it was the most important match because that's a match where that was the match that got people in America to watch New Japan. You know what I'm saying? Like as much time as I spent trying to get people to check it out, like this is the match that got them to actually watch it because it got the 6 stars.
Yep.
This match, I think, is the most important match because I think this is the match where if somebody decided to finally check out Dynamite and they saw this is the thing that would make them be like, oh, wow, this is better than WWE.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And I think this was the match that got people to watch and see what was going on the other side. You know what I mean? So I think this is going to end up being a really important match. But yeah, man, wrestling. Watch it.
Boom.
Boom.
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
What else happened in wrestling, though? Didn't some nonsense happen?
Yeah. Man, last night, Extreme Rules, WWE pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. We got to listen to the bad part after this shit. Because it was that bad from what I'm hearing.
Wait, let it finish. No, man, Extreme Rules. I mean, I think that this is just, to me, this is WWE is in a position where like they have to be dope. They have to do something.
Make some changes.
You got to make a splash. And I just think this is just reeks of like Vince just doing what he always does, which is like kind of troll the fans because he's like, they're going to watch it anyway. I'm going to do whatever I want. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we talked about this briefly before we started. It's like, it's easy to do that when you're up by 20, but like AEW just hit a clutch 3 in the corner and y'all might actually be down.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Facts. And I think that's what it feels like to me. Like it just feels like them really needing to do something big and then Vince just kind of you know what I mean? Like you got your two main event title matches both have non-clean finishes like on the pay-per-view after people are wanting better stuff because AEW is doing so well. You know, they did Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks comes out and interferes and that's what happens in that match. You don't get a clean finish. But the big poop stain. So they do the demon match with Finn Balor and Roman Reigns, which, you know, whatever. For what it was, I mean, I thought the match was okay. I didn't think it was terrible. I thought I think he was just, the demon thing's just corny to me, like, because he's all out there like, like, you know what I'm saying? And it just didn't seem natural. Like, before he came to WWE, he used to wear that paint all the time, but he didn't act like a monster or whatever.
Like Venom, basically.
But, you know, whatever. Match is okay. The Demons never... First of all, they always say the Demon's undefeated. He's not. Samoa Joe beat him when he was in NXT, but whatever. You know, they act like nothing else exists outside of Raw and SmackDown. So, okay, the match goes on, blah, 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 whatever. Then Balor, you know, hits the joint on Roman Reigns. And then he goes to pin him, and then the Usos interfere. They pull him out of the ring, super kick him, you know, beat him up, blah, blah, blah. Then the lights go off, and then it does like this corny heartbeat thing, like, do.
Okay.
Then the lights come back on, and then he's like, he has risen. And then
so that's okay.
And then no, that's not no.
Okay.
That's not it. Then he starts making a second win, blah blah blah. Takes out Roman Reigns, gets ready to hit his finisher, the coup de grace, the little double stomp. The top rope snaps.
That was okay. Wait a minute. So
Finn Balor, who is jacked, by the way, but probably weighs 170 pounds. gets on the top rope, and the rope breaks. It snaps. He falls down and it kills him, pretty much. And Roman Reigns wins.
Pins him.
Well, he spears him, but he wins. Because the rope snapped?
So they engineered the rope breaking, and so that's how they are going to...
Yep.
Not gonna be able to do it. Man, that shit
bro,
trash, dog.
That's whatever. I'm not even gonna keep talking about it because it's so stupid. But again, like I said, bro, it just reeks of like they're gonna watch it anyway. They're marks and they're nerds.
Chris, so what was your question earlier?
Okay, here's my thing. So what Chris is saying is because they've already pre-advertised the match between the two, right? With Roman Reigns as the champion.
Oh yeah.
With Brock and Roman Reigns, right? Step 1.
Don't
stop insulting wrestling fans' intelligence by announcing matches, insinuating that somebody has already won the other match. Because now, one, that makes people not care about the match that's about to happen because they already know that what the result's going to be. You know what I'm saying? That's dumb. And again, that's Vince not caring and thinking he's just thinking that people are just going to watch anyway, so he don't care. You know what I mean? But that's stupid. That's the first rule that they broke by doing that. And then, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, like, it's really not that hard. Like, if you want to keep the Demon as an undefeated character,
then don't bring him out.
Then don't bring him out
against Roman Reigns of all people.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to feel like you have to bring him out, stop doing 30 rematches of between the same people all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they creatively put themselves in corners on their own. Like, you know what I mean? So it was trash. Whatever. And New Japan G1's been going on. It's been fire. Zack Sabre Jr. is looking real dangerous right now.
Wow.
So
has he ever held any medal over there?
He has never held. He's been like the British World Champion, which is like it's a Rev Pro title, but they defend it over there sometimes. He's never been like he's been a tag champion a bunch of times, but he's never been like a singles champion. But he did win. He won New Japan Cup a couple years ago, so I don't think he'll win G1, but like I think he's gonna definitely be in the finals. He's like
who do you
out
predict?
here. He beat Shingo and he beat Naito. Wow. Yeah, he's going crazy.
So who do you think?
I think Okada's gonna win.
Okay, is it Okada time again?
It's got to be. Yeah, that's how I feel. I think it's Okada time again. Right. But boom. All right, man. So again, man, some other news. Nintendo Direct.
Yeah. I didn't actually watch it, but I'm familiar with what all that was announced.
Yeah, Nintendo Direct was a couple of days ago. I caught some of it. I mean, I thought it was I like that Switch is kind of catering to like the old stuff a little bit. Like they're coming out with a Nintendo 64 controller for the Switch.
I might have to top that, actually.
Yeah, they're coming out with a Sega controller. I thought it was pretty dope.
Oh, I didn't see the Sega.
Yeah,
that's fire.
I think that's dope. What else did they? I know you're not the biggest Kirby guy, but
I like Kirby.
Yeah, I'm actually excited for this the Kirby the Forgotten Land game because it's been a while since they've made like an actual new Kirby game. Like the Star Allies game that was on Switch was like kind of like a multiplayer platform type of game.
Yeah.
And like they're talking about this is going to be full on like Mario Odyssey, like open world kind of.
We haven't seen that since like 64. Or maybe was there one on GameCube?
Oh, I don't think so. I think they
like crystal
shards.
Yeah,
that's Nintendo 64 though. Yeah, so so I'm excited for that. I actually like Kirby, and I've been wanting a real Kirby game for a while, so it should be dope. Yeah. I know they got a new Monster Hunter game coming out. I don't really play Monster Hunter. I want to play it. I've downloaded the demo, I think, a couple years ago, and I remember just being mad because they had like no black hairstyles on there.
I remember you talking about that. Chris, you play Monster Hunter, don't you?
Is that facts? Yeah. Yep. So
nah, you're not wrong. Chris made a real hot take about how. Well, all right, let me just say this because I think that there's a really interesting. I'm not gonna say love hate. I'm gonna say love ignorance relationship between Black people, Black Americans, and Japanese people. Like I think that there's a lot of equal reciprocated love on both sides, but I think both cultures are very ignorant of the other and do a fair job of like embarrassing themselves and like offending the other by accident. I don't think it's not that I haven't been to Japan. You've been to Japan and you had a good experience there, but I imagine that the type of racism that an American might run into in Japan would feel very different than the racism that they get in their own country. It's not hate. It's more like ignorance. Like, I don't know how, the question was, did you get asked, was he
Yeah, I did.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you get asked if you were an athlete? But it's absolutely racist, no question. But it doesn't come. But
it's not from
hate.
A place of hate. It's from ignorance.
It comes from just not knowing and only having the racist depictions of what the West illustrates of what Black Americans are as your only point of reference, which is like some of that is not on them. Some of that is what it is. So he's gonna tell us how you took it. How'd you take it?
Because you're an athlete.
Oh.
Yeah. Right.
That's a great take.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
So y'all couldn't hear that, but
the
take from this is actually a really good take. The take from Chris is that the undertone there that he reads is the only way as a Black person, the only reason why you're here in Japan, the only reason why you can visit is if you're either an entertainer or an athlete, because those are the only classes of Black folks that make enough money to make that kind of trip. I would still argue, and I think that's true, and there are a lot of racist undertones there, but I would argue that is a symptoms of the same ignorance that I was describing. It's just expressed in a different way. Anyways, that's enough red eye takes for now.
But yeah, man, I know they announced a new Bayonetta game. I never played any of the Bayonetta games. I just know I can't stand her on Smash.
They're dope. They're really dope.
They did talk about Knights of the Old Republic. I think they're just bringing the old one to the Switch.
Yeah, the remake is going to be on PS5.
On PS5, yeah.
Yep.
Weird because that was an Xbox game and now Xbox doesn't have it. And then I mean they're gonna announce another Smash kit. Like, okay, dog, where's the cutoff limit, man?
This is the last one.
Y'all gonna put Triple H in it?
They might actually. No, they won't.
Captain Crunch. Oh,
yeah, this is the last one, and I'm about 90% sure that I know who it is.
Master Chief.
No.
Who?
I think it's gonna be Sora from what's the name of that stupid ass game? Kingdom Hearts.
He's not in it already?
No, he's not.
I feel like he should have been in it five times ago.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Sora. And I know a lot of people love Kingdom Hearts. I gave it a shot. I couldn't do it. Yeah. It's way too JRPG for me, and it's just not for me. Anyways, but I'm pretty sure that's who it's gonna be.
Yeah, man. Nintendo Direct got some cool things coming. But yeah, man, let's talk about Star Wars Visions, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the meat and potatoes of this episode. I've been super excited ever since they announced it. And then you kind of tempered my expectations a little bit because you were like, I think it's going to be kind of like little mini episodes. And then
which is true,
I was still excited for it, but watching like Marvel What If kind of helped me, and then like even in the same even kind of in the same tone as like the Animatrix, right? Or just like the little mini films in each episode. So I loved it, man. 9 episodes. I watched all 9. There were some that I enjoyed more than others that I watched more. But more of this. I loved it.
Yeah.
Anime Star Wars. It seemed so natural.
Yes, I would say more of this. The only caveat I would add is, but make it canon. because I don't think any of these are canon.
And that's kind of
which is fine for this.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do more of this,
if you're gonna expand on these characters, which I think that I heard there's a book coming out on the Ronin from the Duel episode. So
now that character was the most interesting.
Yeah, I agree. And if we're gonna do that, make it canon, please.
Sure. Yeah.
But I loved it, man. What'd you think of Star Wars?
I thought overall it was very good. I would say I'm glad that it was broken up into installments. There were 3 that I thought were fantastic.
Right.
I mean, absolutely spectacular. And the rest I thought there was 1 or 2 that I didn't care much about at all. And then there was the remaining 4 I thought were good. You know, they didn't blow me away, but they were good. So it went from like, there was really not a cutoff. Like it went from spectacular to like, oh, that's pretty good.
Right.
And I got notes on all of them. So if you want to jump into it,
hey, boom. So we're actually, spoiler alert, we're actually going to do a tier list of all the episodes, right? But before we do that, let's do this, okay? Because I also really enjoyed it. Did you watch it in Japanese or did you watch it in English?
I watched it in English. I didn't know you could watch it in Japanese.
I watched it in Japanese. I didn't know you could watch it in English. So that's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. It just when I turned it on, it was in English.
Yeah, when I turned it on, it was in Japanese. That's weird.
There might be there's probably a setting that will like set a default for what the language is in your profile.
Oh, maybe that's what happened. But yeah, I enjoyed it, man. Thought it was awesome. The reason I was asking is because I didn't watch it in English because I didn't know you could. I mean, I would have watched it in Japanese anyway. But I actually saw some people saying that they felt like the English voice work was like rushed, or it didn't sound as it wasn't acted as well as and I was just kind of like, well, if you've ever watched the anime,
right,
before,
they all sound like that.
Kind of how it is.
Yeah,
you know.
That's the reason why I don't really mind dubs that much because they all sound the same.
Right.
It's just how that genre sounds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So real quick, why don't you tell me your favorite episode, absolute favorite episode, then give me one that surprised you by how good it was, and then give me one that you just kind of didn't care for that much.
Man, this is gonna be hard, bro. 'Cause I got 2 that are battling for the number 1 spot.
So when we do the tier list, we're gonna talk about all of them.
Okay.
But
so I'll start with the one that was my probably if I have a 2-way tie for one, number 2 is probably the Ninth Jedi.
Oh yeah,
that one was really really dope.
Yeah.
For a lot of there was so much sweaty in there. I loved it. But man, I can't decide between the Ronin and the twins, bro. Those two
the
are the Duel and the twins.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Duel was way more interesting in terms of like the story and the animation was good too. But the way that they animated the twins, especially at the end,
it was crazy.
That shit was fucking. It reminded me
of like
Kill la Kill on some like Gurren Lagann type shit.
Exact.
You know what I use? Yeah, you know, dog. That's what was like, yo, that's wild, bro.
Yeah. I thought that was the best animated episode I've all.
Yeah. So in turn, what was the other question?
Then give me one that you were surprised by how good it was. Because there are some that kind of start off. And you're kind of like
they were super slow,
and then they end up getting really, really, really good in the last 6 or 7 minutes.
Okay. So I actually have a note here about the Village Bride. It's saying
I love that one.
Incredibly boring in the beginning, but finished off really, really amazing.
Yeah, I love
That's
that one.
Exactly what my note says. But I think the one that I was most surprised about was the Astro Boy one.
Yeah, man, that one was good.
It started off like
a
this
Disney movie.
Yeah, Miyazaki, sort of Astro Boy-ish. I was like, oh, this is cute, like whatever. And I was on my phone, not paying any attention.
And then you looked
and
up.
at the end, I'm like, wait a minute,
Let me rewind it.
Like, hold on. This is super interesting, right? Like a robot Jedi. Star Wars sweaty moment. I thought, and maybe I misunderstood, that the Force was a thing that was present in all living things. Not just, but they flat out said like it's present in all things.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure. Was that a retcon? Like what happened there?
I mean, again, it's not canon, so this is somebody's take on it. You know what I mean? So
because otherwise, I feel like we would have seen a droid Jedi by now if that was the case.
100%. I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, we do see. Could Grievous he use the Force or no?
No.
Okay.
He was just a swordsman.
Kenobi
Hit that nigga in the fucking gearbox, dog, in the breather.
Man, that was awesome.
Who got more problems with their respiratory system? Him or fucking what's my man? Oh, Saw Gerrera. Which one of them in worse shape?
Oh man, I gotta say Grievous because we actually saw what happened.
You're right. Then they got shot in the lungs
in the Jindy Clone Wars cartoon. Which,
oh no, sorry, he got squeezed.
He got squeezed.
Yeah.
Which I don't care what anybody says. That show will always be canon to me because something that happened in the show led right into the movie. Boom. Yeah, man. And then give me one that you just didn't care for. If there was one, I mean.
The one that I was the least interested in was actually the second one. And I know I'm the music one, so like, oh, why didn't you like that? Whatever. It wasn't bad, but I just kind of like,
whatever.
Y'all ain't gonna do no Jedi stuff. Y'all niggas ain't gonna fight or nothing. I mean, and that's usually you that has that idea. But if we're doing Star Wars with Jedi, I want y'all niggas to Jedi around a little bit. At least a little bit.
Right.
And it wasn't no Jediing at all. And I was kind of like, okay, well.
Yeah, I feel you. I did love the name of that episode, Tatooine Rhapsody. That was really dope.
Reminds me of like a Cowboy Bebop or like a Samurai
Champloo episode title or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. So for me, my favorite episode obviously was the duel. Mm-hmm. I mean, I thought this was amazing. I mean, we'll talk about it more when we do the tier list, but just the very first episode, you know what I mean? Off top. Like this was literally presented as like a Akira Kurosawa, like samurai Jedi movie. Like it was amazing. I watched it like 5 times. The Sith, the woman, incredible.
Yeah,
she also looked like she might have been black.
Oh, and also the one at the last one had the black Sith woman, man. And she won. Yeah. She flat out won.
She got a dub.
Yeah, the bad guy won this time.
Yeah, the duel was just amazing, bro. I just seeing like that period of Japan, but with like droids and stuff still. Like man, that one was amazing to me. One that I was surprised at how good it was. I gotta go with Lop and Ocho. That's the one. With like the rabbit looking girl.
The animation was fire.
The animation was fire. The story was so good. Like it started off kind of slow, but then it starts getting into the stuff where like the sister joins the Empire, and then her father's got like this ancient lightsaber that was like kept in the family, and then he gives it to her. Like I thought that one was really good, and I was surprised by how good it was. And then one that I didn't really care for. That's hard because I really honestly did like all of them in some way. Instead of me giving one that I didn't care for, I'll give one that I thought was going to be a lot better than it was. And I'll say The Elder. I liked that one. That was the one with the old Sith on that planet they went to. But I just, for some reason, expected more out of that one. I thought it was really good. Like, it's still in my top 5 probably episodes of Star Wars Visions, but I just expected more. But there wasn't one that I just didn't like. I can't really say that.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, man. Let's rank them. Let's get into this tier list.
Do we have to? Are we just gonna? How are we gonna do this?
What you mean?
Do you have a tier list?
I emailed.
I mean, so but you have like the format.
What you mean?
I don't know. Let me just open the email. Yes. Okay, so there is one. Never mind. All right.
Yeah, there was one already. But yeah, so we're gonna rank these Star Wars Visions episodes in a tier list. Look, man, y'all gotta watch it. It's super dope. It's only 9 episodes. The episodes are like, they're short. What are they like? Maybe
13 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, they're like little 13, 15-minute episodes. It's 9 of them. I think they're all good. They're not. It's kind of like Marvel What If. There's not like a cohesive story. They're just all their own thing.
Yep. All right, let me throw it in the damn shit.
All right, man. Let's get it.
Window capture. Boom. Here we go. All right.
Star Wars Visions. You guys can watch it on Disney Plus. 9 episodes. When did it come out? Last Friday? Thursday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, something like that. Yeah, I know. I just watched all 9 of them in the same day, so I was waiting for it to come out.
These are not in order. I don't know why they're not, but
no, but I think I got the order right.
I have them written down too. So the first one obviously is the Duel. This was clearly an S tier.
The first one was the Duel, definitely S tier for me. My favorite episode. It was awesome. Number 2 was Tatooine Rhapsody. That was the music one, right?
Yeah.
I thought this was okay. I feel you. Like, if anybody understands where you're coming from, you already know it's me.
Right.
Like, I was kind of like, that's all we doing.
Right.
Yeah.
We're just gonna play some rock and roll.
But I did like the message in this episode where it's kind of like, just because we're not like fighters doesn't mean that we can't make a difference and save our friend. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what I got from it. Like, everybody was expecting this kid to be like this Jedi, and it's like, no, I'm just a sweet singer. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of got a band, and then I think he kind of realizes that, right? Because there's that point where he like tries to ignite the lightsaber and it doesn't work, and then I think he's finally like, and I think he's like, maybe we can still save him and just do what we do, and we don't have to try to be something we're not. So I thought that was cool. I put it in.
We have to wait a minute. Let's first think. What is the? I don't think any of these are like C or D tier.
I don't either.
I would say B tier is the
I'd
lowest.
go B tier. Yeah,
for anybody.
I will put that one in B tier.
All right, B tier. Okay, so the next one was the Twins, bro. I think this is an S tier for me.
I think it's an S tier. I think out of all the episodes, I definitely think that this one had the best animation.
Yes. This is like a really petty.
Timeout. Hello. Go ahead.
We're waiting for a second because of a phone call.
What'd you say?
Huh?
My phone sucks. All right, come on.
The only drawback, and this is a really minor drawback. It's not even a drawback. The only thing that kind of made me think like, and I just had to accept my disbelief that like this isn't canon, is the fact that there's no way that the twins could have happened like in the Star Wars timeline that we know of.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I think it was supposed to. I imagine that this was a re-envisioning of like Luke and Leia,
right?
Which was fucking dope, man.
Yeah, it was sweet, and like I said, I think this was the best animated out of all the episodes. I think this animation looked the sweetest, and also this was one. Some of these were obviously awesome, but they still work good as like one-offs.
Sure.
But this was definitely one where I
want more.
More, yeah. I would like to definitely see more.
Hey, dog,
of this one.
This is if you haven't seen it, then this is going to be a spoiler. But I just want to sum up the finale to this episode in this descriptor. My man uses a super lightsaber to cut through a Star Destroyer by sending his X-Wing into light speed while having his lightsaber extended and cutting through a whole ship. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, that shit was incredible, dog.
Come on, man.
I love it.
Bro, and while we're on, I got to go back to the duel real quick.
Oh, my God.
First of all, the song that plays when the female Sith appears.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yep.
Bro, then she pulls out this... It's like this
a saber umbrella.
It's like a lightsaber umbrella with like 10 different lightsabers.
And then she Mary Poppins
down.
And then she
marries Poppins down. Oh man, amazing! And then the fight with her and then you got the Ronin who you don't know if he's a Sith or a Jedi. He's got a red lightsaber. He kills Sith and keeps their kyber crystals.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, come on.
He's
man.
like he's a legitimate Ronin.
Yeah,
Like he's like
you know what I'm
collecting.
saying?
It reminds me of like the karate masters that would collect like the dojo plates.
Definitely, man. So good. Need more of these 2 episodes.
Absolutely.
Episode 3, we just talked
4.
about that. That was the twins. And episode 4 was the Village Bride, man.
Yep.
I think this is A tier.
I agree.
I think it started. Obviously, it started slow, but
Really
the
slow.
last like 5 minutes of this episode, really good. Reminded me of like kind of like a Studio Ghibli, like Princess Mononoke little story, and then it you find out that the girl's a Jedi, and the end was fire.
So dope. I loved her katana lightsaber.
Yeah.
That was dope. I also like the fact that
And we kind of saw that a couple times in these.
Yep.
Which it makes sense.
Yeah, it's Japan.
Yeah.
But I also love the fact that this was. Edmund and I kind of had a debate about this, but I am pretty sure that this was intended to be prequels, the timeline.
Yeah, and you definitely, I think you can for sure see that in this episode.
The use of the battle droids for one, and also the idea that whatever that guy was had no idea who the Jedi were at all.
Exactly.
Right?
And man, I love the thing with that she did with her shoe.
Yeah, she had like a rocket on it or something.
It was really dope.
Yeah.
So I love this episode. I thought it was really good. Again, this is another one where I think it worked well as a one-off, but I definitely would want to see more on this character.
Mm-hmm.
And then episode 4 or 5. I keep
Jesus
why am I one
Christ.
back? I'm doing you.
You're right. You're turning into me.
I'm you.
Um,
Episode 5 was the Ninth Jedi.
So wait, we have to have how many S tiers are we allowing? Because I think this one has an argument.
In my opinion, I think there's 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I feel like this has got to be one then.
This is one of them.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
I think this. So when I looked on Twitter and stuff, this seemed like this was everyone's favorite episode. This was actually my second favorite episode behind the duel.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was amazing.
Me too, man. I thought, bro. So I took some notes here. Let me nerd out for a second. The start was kind of slow, but I actually think the lightsaber fights in this one were probably the best.
They were for sure.
You had the girl who is such a really, man, what a clever storytelling element.
Yeah,
to have like the see-through kyber crystal that matches to whatever you're feeling.
Personality. Yeah.
So we got the surprise that the Jedi there were all Sith.
All Sith. Yeah, that was really dope.
And then this is a real sweaty moment is you got a reference to Mace Windu with his fighting
I picked
style.
that up too. Yeah.
About how, like, I can't remember what it's called, but that style, so Mace Windu actually has a Sith lightsaber. He has a Sith, or like a borderline Sith kyber crystal, and it allows him to tap into the dark side to use that style, which is why can't anybody fuck with him. But it also, you need like incredible levels of discipline, because if you get too swept up in it, it'll turn you to the dark side. And Mace is the only person who's ever been able to like keep it at bay consistently. But you saw this character. There's a character who was using a similar style, who gave into it and was starting to attack his allies.
That was really dope. And then he was like, "Hey, relax." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So dope.
Yeah. So I thought this episode was really good. Probably, it started. I don't think it started slow, because this episode kind of. Like once she got the sabers from her dad, and it was pretty much like action from there.
Cool too.
But yeah, this is again, man. Here we go again. This is another one that needs to be its own show. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
This one was fire.
Oh, wait a minute, dog.
Uh-oh.
I'm hearing some not disappointing, but like more like what you were thinking initially with Clay. They're saying now that it's like January is when he might come.
Man,
annoying.
They literally just said he was good for camp.
They're saying that they're going to be.
They're just being cautious with him.
Right. They're saying they want to be patient.
Rightfully so. And honestly, I think them signing Avery Bradley has a lot to do with it too.
Agreed.
Now they have another guard that they can kind of rotate without having to rush him out there again. So, but yeah, man, Ninth Jedi. Definitely, this was my second favorite episode. I saw it was a lot of people's favorite, so that's S tier for sure.
Thanks.
Then we got the one about the robot boy, which is what was the name of that? It was like
TOB1.
Yeah,
Like Toby.
This one was kind of like a little Astro Boy.
Yeah, hit you in the feels a little bit.
Hit you in the feels a little bit. Then you kind of look up at the screen because you're like, oh, this is cute, and then you're like, whoa,
He's scrapping.
That's an amazing fight at the end.
Yeah.
I thought it was dope, man. I like the whole. I'm always here for the whole like, oh, cool, a spaceship, and you turn it on and instantly get tracked by.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Was it like an Inquisitor?
Yep.
Yeah, you instantly get tracked.
And he was on his ass in like 5 minutes.
It was crazy. Yeah, and his pops knew it was up already.
Yep.
So I think this episode maybe because there's another one, but I think this episode probably surprised me the most out of all of them.
Okay.
I was not expecting this to.
Me
I
too.
thought this was just gonna be like some, little cute stuff, and that was it. And it really got good at the end. So I don't know. What do you think for this one?
I would put it at the very beginning of B tier.
I like that. I'd put it at the beginning of B tier as well. I think that's a good place for it. Then we got episode 7, which was The Elder.
Yeah.
I thought this one had the potential to be like the best one. I still liked it a lot. The Jedi Master in this one reminded me a lot of Qui-Gon, man. Yep. Just like kind of like an old samurai. That's what Qui-Gon reminds me of.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the whole the old Sith guy. I thought it was sweet, man, but I just was expecting more, especially in the fight. In this episode.
Man. I didn't like how they sort of sacrificed a young black Jedi for.
Yeah.
Hey, a young, hotshot that gets smacked in the face and almost dies.
Off rip.
It would have been cooler. What I thought they were hinting at, and this is maybe why I wasn't blown away, is that they didn't really do much with the story. The story was very much like, hey, young hotshot Jedi gets humbled by Sith. That's it.
This one definitely had the. I think that's 100% right. I think this one definitely had the like least layered story out of all of them.
I thought they were gonna hint at, and which would have made it cooler. Like, is the Padawan like secretly a Sith apprentice?
That and that's crazy that you say that, because when the episode first came on and I watched the first couple minutes of it, like that's kind of what I was expecting. Right. That they were gonna be like some crazy twist.
Yeah.
And it was like, no,
he just sucks. Actually, he's just an idiot. Like what? So I don't know.
But I would put it in B tier.
I agree.
I'd put it in B tier. I think it's B tier. Not in front of. I don't think I'd put it in front.
Not in front of Toby.
Yeah, I think I'd put it right there.
All right.
And then we got. Look, man, this is the other S tier I'm talking about.
You think so?
I think Lop and Ocho is S tier. I think this story was so good with the little slave girl that gets saved at the beginning by kind of the samurai family, and then you have the family turmoil with like the father wanting the Empire's presence like out of this planet, and the daughter who's kind of like the compliant one and like, oh, we can't survive without them and we need them here, and then she kind of turns on the whole family and joins the Empire, you know what I mean? And then you have this girl who you kind of think is like just kind of there, the whole episode. And then there's like the scene, which was my favorite part, which was awesome, where the dad kind of starts giving her the breakdown of like the family history, and then he gives her the family lightsaber. It's like a samurai. It was awesome.
It's literally a samurai.
It was like a samurai
lightsaber blade.
Yeah. Say that one more time.
Samurai lightsaber blade.
Explosion.
Samurai lightsaber blade.
And then he gives a sword, which was awesome. And then he tries to go stop his daughter at the end, and then she goes to help. And the fight and the animation at the end of this episode was crazy. Up there with the twins.
It reminds me, the way that was animated reminded me of Dragon Ball brawly.
Yeah, for sure. Because it was moving so much.
Yeah, and it had like a film grain on top of it that made it kind of. So I agree. I don't know if I would have had it at S tier, but I'm not mad at it. The only thing that had me a little bit questionable was, and this is a very specific hot take, that I thought it was so Japanese that it almost took me out of Star Wars a little bit. Like it was like a straight, and even more so than the duel actually, because I could see the way that it was animated, right? Like was clearly Kurosawa style, but I could see a world where like a backwater, the similarities between the Wild Wild West and the feudal Japan era are pretty obvious. And Star Wars, especially Tatooine, just feels like a backwater planet,
right?
Where you can have like a roaming gunslinger or a roaming like samurai, whatever. Yeah. But with this one, like it was like you don't have like family clans that often in Star Wars.
Yeah, or like this one was like the most of these other ones are like they're taking like Star Wars and they're like putting it into anime stuff. This one was like an anime
that they sprinkled some Star Wars on top of it. That's a good way.
I hear that.
But it wasn't bad though. But I did notice it, and I was like, I have to like do work to remember that this is supposed to be Star Wars. Yeah. But the animation, the fact that she kind of like turned Super Saiyan and realized that she was force sensitive in the fight. Yeah. Where she like went and like force grabbed the lightsaber.
I love that.
That was fire.
I thought it was one of the best episodes. It was one of my favorites. I say it's S tier. If you want to put it in,
I'm not mad at it.
In A tier, we can.
It can. I think. I mean, it's to me, it would rank the last of the A tiers of the S tiers, but I'm not mad at it. It was. I think it was probably my fourth favorite, which lines up with what we have here.
Yeah. So it was my third. I think I would go. Yeah, it was my third favorite, but I would still, that top four is right though, strong, in my opinion. And then we have the last one, which was what was it, Akakiri or something?
Yeah.
This one was different. It was this was like the one with like the Jedi kind of defecting to the.
Yeah, no, he straight up loses.
Yeah,
like he flat out lost. He lost the scrap, and then he went to the dark side after that. It was quite a downer to end on.
It was, and for it to be the last one, and it kind of reminded me of like the Anakin Palpatine thing, where he's dealing with these nightmares and these visions, and then ultimately, succumbs to them in the end. And that's kind of what happened here. Loses the fight, and then ends up turning to the dark side to save his friend.
Yep.
I thought it was good. I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was up there with like some with the S tier or or the. I didn't think it was better than the Village Bride either, but I did like it. I'm
fine with that.
I thought it was a B tier.
This lines up with the way that there were a few that were just spectacular, and then just like a strong.
And this is literally what you said. Like there's like ones that are amazing, and then there's like one or two that's just good.
Yeah,
and then it's
none of them were trash.
None of them were trash, but after those amazing ones, like there's a gap. Yeah, I agree. I like this. I think this is right.
I agree, man. This is good. This was cool, and I want more.
Yeah, I definitely want more. So you got to pick one to be made into a movie, a full length film. It could be animated film. And then you got to pick one to be made into a show with like multiple seasons.
Oh. Okay. So I want my show to be fuck. All right, I got it. I'm going to add one in. No, I can't do that. So I would like the show to be the duel, because I think that
the whole wandering thing.
Yeah, you could you got The Mandalorian, which is already kind of like that. It's a Western. You could do something like, this is basically like a lightsaber version of The Mandalorian. And as far as like a movie, just because of how I just got to give a shout out to The Ninth Jedi. I would also want that to be a show. I would want that. Okay, here's what I got. I want the duel to be a live action show. A live action show.
Live action show.
I want the Ninth Jedi to be an anime, to be like a serial, like shonen style anime, and I would like the twins to be a movie, like a full blown movie.
I like
because the twins is the one with the most like, oh, holy shit, like give me the big Disney budget to do all the crazy special effects. So I know I cheated and added one, but that's the way I see it. What about you?
So my show is gonna be The Duel as well. I think that like you said live action, which just makes me like think even more like dang. But I would take this as a show or as a live action or an anime. I just think this one's got the best format for a series, man, and it could also be just kind of like an episodic show too. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be like a shonen style with like all these long arcs. Like you have a scenario here where you literally just have a guy going to different places and running into different things in every episode. So that would be my show. And my film would see, this is a hard one because even though I like Lop and Ocho and the Ninth Jedi better, I think the best film would be The Twins.
Yeah, because it's just bigger.
Yeah, because of the story and the way that they animated it to begin with. So that would be my film one as well.
Boom.
All right, man, there you go. You guys got to watch Star Wars Visions. People in the Discord, y'all let us know how you guys would rank these episodes after you check it out. Make sure you guys go check out my new video. I got a new song out. My new project, Book of Changes, is coming out November 19th. And yeah, man, just keep it locked. Keep following us. Episode 100 coming up. We'll probably take a couple episodes off to plan maybe something cool for the 100th episode. And look, man, guys in the Discord, if you guys, somebody volunteer and like make a highlight video of the funniest moments of the episodes leading up to 100. That would be dope. Yeah, man, thank y'all for listening. Episode 99 of the books.
Check it.
Peace.
Welcome back, hero.
My word is my sword, Hokage and Batosai, pulling the blades out of the forge, yo. Prior to my knowledge of the Force, was thinking Jedi, but through obtaining holocrons from both sides, I'm under great skies. Everything that glitter ain't kyber crystal, my mind will lift you. In this time we shine together, disarm your pistol, yo. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash.